prompted by the discussion from yesterday's video on how Starfield has so many loading screens and all of the commentary. I was inspired to go back and load one of Bethesda's favorite games of all time, one of their most highly rated games of all time, Oblivion. Specifically, we're taking a look at the remastered version of Oblivion that came out a few months ago this year, because that's the most modern version and included all of the fast travel points for people to use right out of the gate. And it's the most modern version of the game, more modern than, say, the Skyrim Big Whammy Anniversary Edition, which I also have. And if I need to go to that video, we will do that video as well if I need to hop into that game. But the purpose of what we're going to be doing, hopefully live today, assuming there's no internet hiccups from here on out. And if there are hiccups, I'm just going to do this offline. But the intent is that we're going to do this offline. So if you're watching this version of it, we did it live. So the discussion was that people have rose-tinted glasses when it comes to Skyrim, Oblivion, and Fallout 4. I'm going to read you a comment. This was the comment that inspired me to do what we're about to do today, which is we're going to directly load into the Oblivion Remastered. We're going to go to the Imperial City. We're also here in New Atlantis in Starfield, and we are going to directly compare the amount of POIs and the amount of loading screens between these two games to prove a point to people. So here's the comment that inspired me to make this video. I got to dig it up really quick because it's over on the short side. And this is from Red Dragon 72Q. Most games have loading screens, but Starfield manages to make them front and center ordeal. When the main cities are loading screen, go from the bottom to the top and vice versa, but you can literally jump from the upper area of the city to the bottom while loading screen. It's lazy programming. Starfield loading screens are just the worst, and so many. And I replied back and said, there are no more or no less than any other Bethesda game. And he said, I agree for the most part, but the cutscenes in Starfield are a huge distraction for me, while in Oblivion and Skyrim, they are fine. Okay, this is the crux of that discussion. In Skyrim and Oblivion, the loading screens are fine, but I have a problem with the loading screens in Starfield. So I said, okay, let's take that theory and put it to the test. Why is it that people think that it's okay for Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 4 to have loads and loads and loads of loading screens, but it's not okay for Starfield? And this is where you're going to have people who move the goalpost. Because the discussion is, I'm okay with them in Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout, but I'm not okay with them in Starfield. So this made me go, let's take a look at how many loading screens there are in Starfield compared to Oblivion. And again, if I need to, I will also go install Skyrim so we can make a direct comparison there. Now, I'm not going to be going to do the whole game, obviously, but we are going to be starting off in New Atlantis and Starfield and directly comparing to the Imperial City in Oblivion Remastered, because those are the two that are, I would say, the most closely related in terms of scope and size and scale. Because if you're going to complain about Starfield having too many loading screens, then I need to hear the same complaint raised about Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 4, and all the other Bethesda games. You can't cherry pick one game and not all the others. And you can't move the goalpost either, because moving the goalpost of being like, well, it's a modern game, it should do things differently. No, it shouldn't. It's a Bethesda game. This is how Bethesda makes games. End of story. So let's compare POIs. So here we are in New Atlantis. And if I open up the map here in New Atlantis, actually, let's do it this way. We're going to open this up, and we're going to open up the map here. So this is New Atlantis. These are all of the POIs within New Atlantis, okay? So if we look, I have 1, 2, 3, And I'm counting from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 POIs on the upper level. There's also a lower level to this. So if we want to go, I probably need to write this down. Hang on, let me recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 7, 28. 28 in the top side. 28 top side. Hang on. We got to go down to the, what is it called? The well? Where's the well at? The well. Oh, loading screen. Panic. Oh, that took what? All of 90, like 1.5 seconds to load. So we're going to go down the elevator, down to the well. Dun, dun, dun. Every game has loading screens, 5 UFO, and you would know this if you'd actually played other video games. Alright, we're going to open up this map now. And down here we have an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There may be some more down in here if I went and explored. But let's just say 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Let's say, for the sake of argument, we've got 35 POIs total. Okay, in New Atlantis. Now, oh, it's not a waste of my time, DeGen. I make money off this shit. Are you kidding me? You must be new around here if you think this is a waste of time. I make money. I get paid making content. Alright, so, the other thing is, oh, it's absolutely, Laura, it's not about reasoning with them, it's about me having fun and making money with my content. So it has no other reasoning other than I'm doing this for my own sake of enjoyment. So before we load over into Oblivion, because we're going to load into Oblivion here in a second, one of the things I would like to point out is many of the POIs that we just looked at do not have an actual doorway that leads into some place where there is a loading screen. So as an example, if I go over here to, let's see, probably any of these eateries, if I can get to them from here, we're going to run over here. So as an example, many of the POIs in the map, like Reliant Medical, do not require you to click a door to enter. Boom, we are inside Reliant Medical without needing to click a door to enter the building. Now there is possibly a different structure on the inside where we can then click a door and go in. So this is similar to what you're going to see in Oblivion, but not all of the POIs do this. A lot of the restaurants, as an example, you could just walk in and the NPCs, like the Terra Brew, I think is what they're called. Many of these POIs have a front office that don't have anything to log into. Some of them do. I don't know if there's any other close ones to us. There's the clothiers there. The tower has apartments, which you can click into. So like this one, that's a door that you would need to go into. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for doors that you need to go into to enter. This one has a door you need to go into. So keep that in mind. This one does not. This is chunks. And so this one doesn't have anything. Okay. So here we are. We counted 35 POIs in New Atlantis, top side and bottom side, right? All of those POIs have some form of interactable thing. You can fast travel to those points of interest, but not all of them have doors which require you to then click on and go into. Those provoke additional loading screens. So let's say, for the sake of argument, there are, let's say all of these, let's just say that all of these potentially have a door that you have to click on. That's 35 POEs that would provoke a loading screen in New Atlantis. Now we're going to switch games. And we're going to go over to Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion. This is the remastered version, and I already have a character parked in the city, Imperial City, right? So we're going to start off in the Market District. And in the Market District alone, hang on. We're going to go district by district. Hang on. First and foremost, let's start with how many districts are there in the Imperial City? Okay. Sewer. Well, the sewer counts as one. So sewer is one. Prison is, well, actually, you know what? Let's just, for the sake of argument, let's stick to the green POIs, because those are the ones that are going to be the actual Imperial City POIs. Here's the other ones that we'll deal with the sewer stuff later. So Imperial City POIs, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 districts in the Imperial City in Oblivion. Hang on. We're mathing, kids. If you don't like math, that's your problem. We're proving a point today. So we're going to start off. We're going to go to the, we're in the Imperial City Market District right now, right? And just in the Market District alone, we can discount any of the exits, because the exit, well, no, we can't. We can't discount exits because those are loading screens. Hang on. we absolutely have to count the exits because those are loading screens. So just in the Market District alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, unless my math is wrong. That's 26 in the Market District. 26 POIs with loading screens just in the Market District. Now let's go ahead and go to a different district. Say, let's just pick, I'll let chat pick. What district should I go to next, everybody? The first 5 people who comment, that's the place I'll go. So give me an option here, guys. Which district should I go to next to look at? Because we've already got 26 POIs from the Market District. By the way, while we're waiting for chat to comment, if you look here, this is just the same. It's the exact same as Starfield. It's a door. If I click the door, I have to load into the building. This is a loading screen. No different than Starfield. We're already in the market, Mike. So hang on. So just like Starfield, this is Oblivion, which is the same as Skyrim. I have to click a door. It gives me a loading screen to go in and out, right? Every single one of these doors. I don't know that any of these actually, you know how some of the POIs in Starfield in New Atlantis can walk into like chunks? I don't know that any of the POIs in Oblivion can be entered without prompting a loading screen. I don't know if there are any of these that are open buildings. If there are,
how are you?
Let me know. But I don't think any of these, I think every single one of these, because it's marked as a door on the map. Let me see what chat said to go to next. I see Elven Gardens. Okay, let's go to the Elven Gardens next. So, which one is Elven Gardens? Elven Gardens District. Oh, loading screen. Oh no. But I thought Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 4 didn't have loading screens, guys. I thought these games were innocent and perfect and the best games Bethesda's ever made, and they didn't have loading screens because Starfield's the only game that had loading screens, right? All right. Now, we're going to go to the map for the Elven District. Oh my god. All right, hang on. So, we're already up at 26. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. We're at 50, 51, 52. If I'm not mistaken, that's 52. So already, I'm at 52 POIs, which require loading screens. After only, and hang on, We've only done 2 districts. That's it. We've done 2 districts in the Imperial City, and I already have, what, a dozen more POIs than we have in New Atlantis. Right? Not making this up. Let's go back to Starfield. We're going to load back in here. I want to make sure that I'm not making this up so that no one can accuse me of cherry picking my data. We can go in here and look at the map. That's it. Right? Okay. So, in 2 districts, I've already found more loading screens in the Imperial City in Oblivion than I have found in New Atlantis in Starfield. There are 8 more districts to go in Oblivion, in the city. Now, one thing I will say that I haven't done here, and I'm also not going to do it in Oblivion. So as an example, in Oblivion, if you were to go to the Mages Guild, any of the Mages Guild, each one of those Mages Guilds is going to have additional rooms inside of the Mages Guild, which are going to add POIs. You're going to have the different levels of the Mage Tower. You're going to have the basements and everything else. Many of the homes in Oblivion have basements, so on and so forth. Many of the structures that you go into here, the apartment buildings, for example, those will have rooms that you can go into the exact same way that Oblivion does it. Remember, Starfield is a Bethesda game. This is how Bethesda makes games. This is the way Bethesda has been making games for decades. Remember, the point of this is to show you that your rose-tinted glasses about how Skyrim and Oblivion and Fallout 4 are these amazing games that can't be criticized, that's not quite true, because what it really comes down to is that just in this immediate comparison, which is not, it's not case closed, proof positive that Oblivion has more loading screens than Starfield, but it is proof positive that the Imperial City in Oblivion has more POIs and loading screens than New Atlantis does in Starfield. So if you are going to praise Oblivion as an example of being this amazing game that Bethesda made and that Starfield is trash comparatively speaking because, oh my god, Starfield has so many loading screens, then you are a hypocrite. Point blank, end of story. Because if you accept that Oblivion is a great game, and you accept the loading screens that come with the Oblivion experience, then you also accept the loading screens that come with the Starfield experience, because in this example, there are less loading screens, fewer loader screens in the city of New Atlantis than there are in the Imperial City of Oblivion. And that's the math that I wanted to show people today. Because this is one of those discussions for me that's great fun, because it proves that the people who say things like Starfield has so many loading screens, it's just a piece of shit game, you're not actually talking about this from a logical place, because logically speaking, Oblivion has more, at least in the city. Now, I don't know about Skyrim. I don't have Skyrim loaded right now, but Fallout 4, as an example, also has lots of loading screens, and that's another Bethesda game that is touted as being this amazing experience. It's one of the best RPGs of all time. All of these Bethesda games do it the exact same way. They're not breaking the mold with any of their games, and I fully anticipate that the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to have loading screens as well. And we don't care, because that's the Bethesda formula, and those of us who love Bethesda games love Bethesda games. So just a little math for the mathematically challenged this morning. And thankfully the internet did not crap out while I was recording that, so I got to do this whole thing live, and now I'm going to go back and go through the chat and see how many people are all pissed off and cranky and ranty about, that's not true, that's impossible. Got to channel our inner Luke Skywalker for that. It's not true. That's impossible. How dare you prove me wrong with math? 25-minute end.